Four brilliant scholars once did something impossible. They brought a dead lion back to life. But what happened next cost them everything. In a quiet village surrounded by forests and rivers, there once lived four scholars. They had spent many years studying sacred texts, science, and ancient knowledge. People respected them for their intelligence, but they also noticed something else. The scholars were very proud. One day, the four scholars decided to travel to a nearby kingdom to show off their knowledge and earn fame. As they walked through a dense forest, one of them said, "Why don't we demonstrate our learning? What is the use of knowledge if we don't prove it?" The others agreed immediately. The discovery. After walking a little further, they came across a pile of bones lying on the ground. One scholar looked closely and said, "These bones belong to a lion." Another scholar smiled proudly. "I have studied anatomy. I can assemble these bones into a full skeleton." Without wasting time, he carefully arranged the bones. Soon, the skeleton of a lion stood before them. The third scholar stepped forward and said, "I have mastered the science of flesh and life. I can bring skin, muscles, and blood onto this skeleton." He began chanting powerful mantras and performing rituals. Slowly, flesh started forming over the bones. Within moments, a lifeless lion lay before them, complete in body, but not yet alive. The fourth scholar, who had been silently watching, suddenly felt uneasy. He said, "Friends, this is dangerous. If you bring this lion to life, it will kill us. Let us stop here." But the others laughed at him. "You are a coward," one said. "You lack true knowledge," said another. "This is our chance to prove our greatness." The fourth scholar tried again. "Wisdom is not just knowledge, it's knowing when not to use it." But no one listened. Realizing they wouldn't listen, the fourth scholar said, "If you insist on bringing it to life, at least give me a moment." He quickly climbed up a nearby tree to keep himself safe. Below, the three scholars continued their ritual. The last scholar raised his hands and chanted loudly, "I will now give life to this creature." With a final mantra, he breathed life into the lion. At once, the lion's eyes opened. It stood up slowly, stretched its body, and let out a loud, terrifying roar. The three scholars were thrilled for a moment. Then, reality struck. The lion looked at them, not with gratitude, but with hunger. Before they could react, the lion attacked. Within seconds, the three scholars were gone. The forest fell silent again. After some time, the fourth scholar carefully climbed down from the tree. He looked around sadly and said, "Knowledge without wisdom leads to destruction." He then left the forest, carrying with him a lesson far greater than all the books he had studied. Moral of the story: knowledge is powerful, but wisdom is knowing how and when to use it. Pride and overconfidence can lead to downfall.